Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's an amazing afternoon here, okay? Today I have an amazing guest with me here, and we have a hot topic of discussion. But before we get into the topic of discussion, I just want to ask him a few questions. Hi Kevin.
Hi.
How are you?
I'll be fine.
Thank you very much for agreeing to come to my YouTube channel to share your opinion on a topic we are just about to tell our audience. But
Yes.
before then, I want to tell you 3 things about me.
Yeah.
So 2 of these things are true,
Yes.
and 1 is a lie. So you are going to figure out which one is a lie, right?
Okay.
Okay, so the 3 things is 1, I love dancing. 2, I once modeled. And 3, I'm good with maths.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not good at guessing, but
So what's the lie?
you love dancing. I think it's true.
Okay.
You were once a model. I think it's true.
Okay.
But you love maths. I think
No,
it's false.
no, how did you get this? How did you get this?
I got you there.
How did you get this?
I'm smart.
Okay, you're right. You're right.
Alright,
You're
yeah?
right. Now, last week we had an argument. I don't know if
Yes.
you remember our argument.
I remember the argument.
So there's
eh?
a topic we were talking about, and you brought up a conversation, or can I say you brought up a statement that it got me on shock,
Yeah.
and a statement that I completely disagree with.
Yes.
So you say that as a man ages, his value increases,
True.
and as a woman ages, her value decreases. And I completely disagree with this. I don't know about you, our viewers. What do you think? Do you think that as a woman ages, her value decreases, and as a man ages, his value increases? Like, let us know in the comment section. So just as we start up, I'd first want to know, like, what were you basing your statement on?
Sharon Liana, thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for creating this time so that we can talk about this thing. You know, they do say I was basing my argument on social values, connection stuff, achievement stuff, because even the whites do say that a man who is at 50 or who is at 40 years, ako kwa peak, is at its peak. So you see, I was saying that as a man ages, his value increases, and as a woman ages, her value decreases. Let's say, for example, a man is limited. A man can marry anytime. You can marry at 35, you can marry at 40, you can marry at 26. But a woman has a limit age of getting married. I mean, starting family.
Okay.
Not like getting married again. Maybe if your husband had passed away or you got a divorce, you can get married. But I mean, starting a family or like of having kids, there's a time. And ikishapita, then I think you will start having some questions, or unless you want to become a sister.
So basically, your first base on your statement was the marital issue, the marriage issue.
Yes.
So you have a feeling that as a woman ages, there comes an age where a woman can't get married. But I want to disagree with you.
Yes.
This is maybe if a woman is basing like people are getting married for children on what, then you can say that maybe if a woman gets to a certain age, they cannot get like children.
Yes.
But when it comes to marriage, I don't think like it's limited, because we've seen women who have gotten married at 50 years, we've seen women who have gotten married at 45 years, and I personally believe that someone's value cannot be measured with marriage. I personally believe that marriage should not be like the basis of deciding if someone's has value or if somebody doesn't have value, because you can find people who have been married, perhaps they were married at 20, perhaps they were married at 23 or 25 or 30, like they were married young, but if you look at anything else apart from marriage, they don't have any achievement apart from having the marriage title. So to me, I don't think marriage is the right way, like to decide on someone's value, especially if we are going to be talking on social value, because you'll find that perhaps there's somebody who is married and that's it. They have no network, they have no job, they have no financial bargain, they have no power apart from the marriage.
Okay.
Yes, and then right now we are in a more diverse world. We are in a more like it's not like 20 years ago or
Yes.
30 years ago. Like we are in a different space in the world. Yeah.
Okay, your point is right. Your point is right. But you know, in the society of today, Sharon, not everywhere, but almost 50%. I did my research some few months ago,
Okay.
and realized that the value of a woman, it reaches her age or it reaches a time whereby the value of a woman becomes a child. You see, it becomes a child. Meaning the best gift a woman can give a man is a child. You see, and a man at 40 can do a lot of stuff, but you know, this a lot of stuff, you get involved in a lot of stuff, the connections increases your value, you know.
Okay.
But a woman at 40, she's constrained, like she's family, she's fucking with the family matters, something like that. So she's not that free to do a lot of stuff.
I can't wait to disagree with you on this.
Compared to a man when you're 40 years. Because at 40 years, a man, you know, you're at your peak, the connections, you get a job, something like that. But a woman at 40, she's basically, let's say, focused now on her family, how to get her family together, you know, the kids or something like that, the stuff like that. Because maybe a woman, house calls or house staff, most basically women look after their houses.
I think you can see my face like I'm strongly disagreeing with you. Number one,
Yes.
what I get from you is that you are basing the value of a woman in regards to like having children.
Yes.
So you are basing that value in having children. And then there's a second statement that you have said that a woman who is 40, like they're basically concentrating on their family and their children.
Yeah.
So basically what I get from your point is that you are saying that a woman who has a family cannot excel in other aspects, maybe in their career or maybe in their social aspect, because they are focusing on raising a family.
Yeah.
Which I beg to disagree with you. We have had men, for example, I'll say Michelle Obama, we have had men who have been raised up by the women they chose to marry. And if you look at Michelle Obama right now, in terms of career, in terms of economically, politically, socially, she is strong.
Yes.
Like she is very strong, and she is over 40.
Okay.
She's over 40 and she is doing very great in her career, in her social life, in her world. So I don't think age has like a limit to what a woman can do. And then on your second point, like you are saying, and by the way, you see the way Michelle Obama raises her family,
Yeah.
like how she takes care of her
I
children.
like that.
There's a time in an interview she actually said that she have raised her kids, and this I think was when Amalia was 10 years old.
Yes.
And in an interview she said that like she has disciplined her kids in such a way that they know they have to clean their bedrooms and they have to make their own beds. And this is a power woman. This is a wife. This was, by then she was a wife to the president of the most powerful country, and being that didn't stop her from raising her children in a proper way and didn't stop her from managing her family. So I don't think that I disagree with you when you say that if a woman like gets older, like she cannot balance work and family. I disagree with that. It depends with the man.
Okay, my point is
with the woman.
okay, it depends with the woman, but my point was a woman at her 40 and a man at his 40. These are two different people, you know.
Okay.
Let's talk about freedom.
Okay.
A man at his 40 can still club, something like that, with friends regularly, you see. But a woman at her 40, I mean a wise woman, like a family woman, a serious woman, she will rarely go to club, you know.
Okay.
Maybe once in a while, but basically she will be focused on the family stuff. So the freedom, that's why you see most of the youths at their 20s or their late 30s, when they do something called form. Wanapenda form sana. Because a woman, but you can still get a man at his 40 clubbing every day.
I want to ask you.
Clubbing every day.
I want to ask you.
Let me just finish my point.
Okay.
And in the process of clubbing, he ends up meeting other people. And then those people maybe might meet people can help him achieve something or connections or another job. So you see, his value will increase because he's free. He can meet different kinds of people in any place. But a woman at her 40 is focused on the family stuff, so the freedom, okay, she's free to do something, she can achieve things, but the freedom is limited.
I want to ask you,
Yes.
when you talk about this man at 40 clubbing, you
Yes.
need to categorize, is this man a married man?
Okay.
Is he a single man?
Yes.
First, I need you to answer that before I can get to my response.
Oh, okay, he can be married. Oh, we are talking about a married person.
Yes.
He's married, but you know, a man at his 40, they say you can still chill with the boys.
So basically, you're saying a man at his 40s is allowed to go out, have club, chill with the boys, but a woman at 40 is not allowed to like go out, mingle with other people, club. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm trying to say a man at his 40 has some little freedom, more freedom to go and chill with the boys than a woman at her 40.
I think it depends with the kind of man you are talking about. It depends with the character, and if this man is married, it also depends with the relationship. He, of course, it's a married man. We are talking about someone who has a family, right?
Okay.
So it depends with the relationship that he has with his wife, because I don't think marriage stops if it's a proper marriage based on a solid and good foundation. It doesn't stop anyone from like mingling with other people. If you're married to the right people, that's the right person, that's it. It doesn't stop you from mingling out with your friends and what. And I also have like this opinion that if you're married, it doesn't stop you from clubbing and doing all those things, whether you are a man or a woman.
Yes.
But it kind of restricts what do you do when you go to this club. So that's what I want you to tell me. Does it still apply to the man who is 40, that now he's going out to clubbing, he can still like do everything he used to do as a single person, like tap ladies on their shoulders, try to hook up ladies? Or what are you saying? Because if it's in terms of clubbing, I don't think it restricts anyone, be they a woman or a man. So what exactly is it? Is it about what they do in the club, or it's just about the clubbing?
Okay, it's my point was like you know, I've seen many cases in Africa. Even a woman at her 40 is very busy with the family stuff. She comes from the office, goes straight to the house or to her place, and there she's busy with the kids. You know, what are you cooking for supper? What are you doing? School fee stuff. You know, so a woman at her 40, basically, she's very busy. But a married man at his 40, he can come from work in the evening, and then he decides to branch kidogo to go and chill with the boys. Excuse me, this is my point. You know, there's some let's say some work, or say some projects that men do discuss in clubs. Not clubbing like you know, in club there's a restroom where you can go outside there, you drink your stuff, and then you discuss on this project, give this tender, something like that. Away from the office.
I think this also depends with the kind of man you are talking about.
Yes.
What kind of man are you talking about?
Married man. I'm talking about a married man.
Not about, he could be married, but what kind of man is he? Because we want to know his moral upbringing, his social upbringing, his what? Because this also depends on a lot of things. And if we are talking about values, then we should be talking about a man and a woman with proper values. Let's not talk about those ones who don't have value.
Okay.
Those ones, leave them. They're just in their own, because we can't bring them in this like discussion. Remember, we were talking about like value. As a man ages, his value increases, and as a woman ages, her value decreases. So if we are going to talk to this about this conversation, I think it should be a man like who, even if they decide to get married, if you are going to bring marriage as a way of measuring value, then it's supposed to be a man who is married and who has some respect for marriage and some value about like marriage, his family, and what. Because I believe that everyone has their own time. If you're going to be talking about like meeting up with the boys and what, also women have this time where they're out meeting with their girls and what. And if it's a proper union, I don't think like age or what limits somebody to like go and hang out with their friends. Because we've also seen this where maybe a mother would say that maybe I'm running out today, I'll be meeting with so and so. So if it comes to measuring value and what, I don't think that would work for me.
So you've refused?
I refused.
Okay, I think basically
because if it's about hanging out,
human beings,
you know we say marriage should not change. If it's supposed to change you, let it change you in the better way.
Yes.
And then they also say like that marriage should not take your circle away. So if a woman is going to get married to somebody who is going to push their circle away, then perhaps this person also has some insecurities that needs to be dealt with. For instance, I get married and perhaps we have our girl squad who we meet. Maybe this girl squad, we always say that we have this kachama, or we just have this day where we meet like to bond with each other. And sometimes maybe we are meeting from after work. So if we are meeting after work, that means we'll be getting home a little bit late, and we are meeting maybe to discuss some positive things or what, because women also have that. Unless you're saying that now when a woman is married, all this stops. Now them, they're just focusing on their marriage. They come from work, they get into a bus or they get into a car, they go home, they cook, like their life just revolves around work, husband, children. And then, unless that's what you're trying to say.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
But
So
what
maybe
kind-
it's up to the women to change. It's up to
No.
the women to change.
No.
Because most of the women I've seen in Africa,
Which women?
A
I want you
woman
to
at
give
40.
me an example.
Like
I
one
don't
of-
want you
one
to
of my
just
aunt,
give
like one
us
of my
like an
aunt- one of
opinion.
my aunt
Where
in,
is she? Number one.
one of
when
my
you're-
aunt in Omabi.
No, when you're discussing
she's
this,
too focused on the family,
This-
the kids,
okay.
the what.
I just want to cut you.
She's not that
when you're
free.
defining this woman, I also want you to tell me how exposed is this woman? What's her career? Where does she live? Like, because all that matters when it comes to network and connections
Okay.
and who you associate with. That a lot of that matters. So we also want you to tell us what kind of woman are you talking about? Are you talking about the woman who is exposed, who works in town, who lives like the kind of woman like who is a working woman, or we are talking about the woman like who lives in a village, she just married and she does nothing else? And before you also tell us that, also tell us, before this woman was married, did she have something going on with her? Did she have a business she was running? Did she have a job she was doing? Or she didn't have anything? Because if this woman is that kind of woman like who was just there, didn't have anything going on,
Yes.
then of course her marriage is going to be everything she's concentrating on, because she has nothing else that's going on around her.
Okay, basically, let's say, according to me, in my world, I think the value of a human being increases or decreases depending on what you do every day.
Now you've changed your statement. Now
Eh?
again, you are not like
No,
saying the value of a-
I'm still there. I'm still there. I'm still there. I'm bringing you there.
Okay.
My value will increase according to what I'm doing every day,
Okay.
or will decrease according to what I'm. If I'm lazy, I'll be lazy. But if I work hard every day, then I think my value will decrease. What you bring to the table, your support, what you do within society.
So now you're
So
changing.
a man at least 40,
Okay.
a man at least 40, he can do a lot because he's free. He basically doesn't focus mostly on the family stuff more than a woman.
But what kind of man is this?
Like his nature. Okay, let's say in a family who focuses basically on the we are talking about married people in a family
if
who
it's,
focuses mostly on the family thing, on
if
the
it's
kids
a
and the
proper
what.
family,
Yes.
a man who was well brought up,
Yes.
well raised, and a
Yes.
woman who was also well brought up and
Yes.
well raised,
Uh-huh.
a family is built by two people.
Okay, percentage.
It
Give me
isn't
percentage.
built by-
Percentage of
it
focus.
isn't- I'm telling you, like,
Yes.
if it's a proper marriage with a man who is like, there's a term that we use to, there's a Swahili term that is used to like describe this kind of people. Like, they were well brought up, they have the right values. Then a family is brought up by two people, not one person. If you have a belief that it's the responsibility of a woman to take care of a family and to bring up a family, then along the way you'll have a broken family, because
Okay.
it takes two to even give birth to children. It takes
Yes,
two to
yes.
bring up a family. So raising up a family is the responsibility of, I hear people say that if you find a child who's indisciplined, or maybe who've grown up with some weird characters, you hear people say that, where was the mother? The
Yes.
mother didn't discipline this child. And
Yes.
that is where we go wrong as a society, because it takes two people. Exactly. It's called marriage.
The mother.
It's
Where
a
is the
union.
mother?
No,
Where's the mother?
It's called marriage.
It's called marriage,
it's
but-
a union. It's a partnership. Raising up children is a partnership.
Yes, it's a
not
partnership. I
the
haven't
responsibility
refused. It's a
of one
partnership.
person.
Yeah.
And now you see, you get to a point where men, they relax. They think their responsibility is only providing food.
Because that's the way you-
paying
you-
rent.
that's the way you allow us to
they
rest.
think that
Eh?
like their responsibility is only provision, but provision should not be based on only material things.
Yes.
Provision should also be guidance. So if we are going to be talking about like a proper family with two people who have the same values, the same way of thinking, and the same way view of life, then a family is brought up by two people,
Okay.
not one person.
Okay.
Yes. That's why it's called a union.
You've refused on this, but
refused,
I'm still
yes.
stuck
At
on
least
my
I have
stuff.
some valid points.
Okay, your
At
points
least
are
I
valid.
have
Your points are
some,
valid,
yeah.
but you've refused my points. But
I
me, I'm still
refused.
sitting and saying the viewers, I'm saying that a man at his
refused.
40,
I refuse.
his value increases because he's free, he can do a lot of stuff. But a woman at her 40, her value decreases because she's focused on the family. She's not
No.
free after work, anarudi
No.
kwa nyumba, sijui amefanya hivi, watoto wamefanya homework. So
Now,
she's always busy.
Let me ask you.
But at that time, the man maybe is out there working on some project. You see, the man is a bit free.
Okay.
I think we'll talk
Let me
about this next
ask
time.
you, have you heard of the top 40 under 40 women in Kenya?
Okay, I've heard of them.
Have you read anything about any of them? Because if you look at the top 40 under 40,
Yes.
there are women who are under 40, but they are top 40 because that, like, the way they are categorized, they are categorized in every way, professionally, socially, impact wise. What impact do they have? What's their social network? What's their financial strength? Like, all this is considered. So
Okay.
if we are going to say that we are basing the value of a woman on basically raising a family, basically marriage, like children and what, then I think we still have a long way to go.
But
I think we
but
still
you
have a
women,
long
no,
way
there's
to
the
go in
problem.
terms
But
of,
some
like,
of some women,
empowerment.
but some women love their family so much. They love the family so much. They're always there. Like, wakimaliza mtu anatoka kazi jioni, amerudi kwa nyumba. She cooks supper, she wash, prepares food for tomorrow. But the husbands, some husbands, I'm seeing it happening in the
You know,
society.
you
On
are
the
talking,
ground.
You are talking about
On the ground, you
that's why I
cannot get
told-
all the top 40 women you are talking about.
I told you.
On the ground,
really,
things are different.
I don't want us to talk about these men who are, because like they are socially corrupt. They are socially and morally corrupt.
Yes.
So in this particular like conversation, I said we don't want to base our conversation on those men and women who are socially and morally corrupted. No, those ones they're in their own lane. And if we start talking about them, perhaps it will take us like hours and hours talking about them. So we are just talking on like those
So-
like
so you want to say
straight
these are
families,
50-50 thing
socially
or
and
what?
morally correct families and what?
Okay, so you're saying this is a 50-50 thing?
It's not a 50-50 thing because I completely disagree with you. And at least I've given you like my valid reasons why I disagree with you. You're just basing your point on marriage, children, and what? And I'm saying the
But-
value of a woman cannot be like only be focused on children, marriage,
Okay,
family.
maybe I'm focusing
There's
my points
way-
there because maybe
Do
those
you know
what
we
I've
have
seen.
women
Those
on Forbes?
Okay, those what I've
Do you know
seen.
we have women on Forbes?
Okay, but
Do you know that?
but the number of men there.
Do you know we have women on
it's high.
Forbes?
The number of men there is high
Even
than
if
the women.
the number of men is high, that tells you that we have women like who are also like going up.
Like
So you can't
currently, I've never seen a woman in this country who is vying for the president of this country.
maybe we still
Why?
have a long way
Why?
to go. We still have a long way in terms of identifying and knowing who exactly.
But
is
men
in
are
the-
out
is
there,
it-
men are
No,
out there.
I'm telling you, we still don't know because we don't have the final like list of people who have their candidacy.
Okay, let's say
like,
women are
on for
afraid.
the
Women
ballot
are afraid.
box. So
You are afraid.
it's not about afraid
take chances. You are afraid to take
it's not
chances and
about-
opportunities.
No, it's not about afraid to take chances and opportunities.
Then-
to be honest,
Yes.
even as a country, we still have a long way to go in terms of believing that women can lead.
Okay.
Because the last time we had a woman who vied for presidency and who has a track record of performance, who has a track record of being non-corrupt, how many people voted for her? So it's not about just the women themselves getting themselves out there and saying that I am going to be a leader, I am going to vie for this. It's also about us. It's also about us as a country.
Okay.
Do we believe in our women? If a woman today stands and says, I'm vying for presidency, and we know very well they have a track record of performance, they have a track record like they have never been in any scandal, like financial scandal or what, are we going to vote for them? So we need to start from there before we even say that the women need to like maybe vie for presidency or what. It needs to also start with us.
Okay.
Do we believe in our women enough that we are going to support their bids?
Okay, for today.
Wow, it's amazing, and thank you so much for joining in this conversation.
Yes.
And thank you so much, Mr. Delete FJ, for agreeing to come on my YouTube channel.
Yes.
It's always amazing having these conversations with you. Asante sana, and for you, my subscribers, thank you very much for subscribing. Please remember to like, comment, and share this video. Don't forget to share your opinion on the comments. What do you think? Do you think that as a woman ages, her value decreases, and as a man ages, his value decreases? What do you think? Tell us in the comment section. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification button. Until then, bye.